Today's story is about a Chicago soul musician. Today's edition of Brunswick's Tales is about Walter Jackson, who was a deeply lovely vocalist. Before we get started in today's video, let's leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Walter Jackson was born on March 19, 1938 in Pensacola, Florida. When he was only a few months old, his family would relocate to Detroit, Michigan. Now Jackson, he was diagnosed with polio as a child, and as a result, he would need crutches for the rest of his life. Jackson, he would graduate from Northwestern High School, and here, he would attend the same high school alongside MOTOWN icons like Melvin Blue Franklin, Florence Ballard, and Mary Wells, to name a few. Jackson was seen wherever he could get the chance, and he would receive his first break in 1959 with the local group, the Velatones. When the group disbanded, he saw his opportunity to get a major record deal, so he would audition for MOTOWN. Now when he auditioned to MOTOWN, he would be turned down. Jackson would refuse to give up, and he would continue to polish his craft by performing in local nightclubs. Now Jackson, he never regarded himself as a disabled person, but he never let his disability interfere with his dreams. Now Carl Davis, who was an A&R director for OK Records, was impressed when he strolled into a nightclub and heard Jackson play. What first drew Davis' attention to Jackson was his distinct voice, which was described as a cross between Nat King Cole and Joe Williams. Davis, he would persuade Jackson to relocate to Chicago in 1962, and he would sign him to OK Records when Jackson was 24 years old. His debut solo single was titled I Don't Wanna Suffer.
I don't wanna suffer.
Now during the 60s, Jackson, he would have a streak of R&B charted singles that included his first charted single, It's All Over.
How can I tell her it's all over?
Suddenly, I'm All Alone.
Suddenly, I'm all alone.
And Welcome Home.
Don't tell me that you're sorry. Darling.
Now them two songs, that was released in 1965. In 1967, he would release a single, Speak Her Name.
Speak her name.
Now Carl Davis, he would leave OK for Brunswick Records in 1966. And 2 years later, in 1968, Jackson, he would leave OK Records as well. In 1973, Davis, he would persuade Jackson to join Brunswick. However, this is around the time where his health began to decline. Walter, he would resign from being an active performer between the years of 1973 to 1976, but he would still rebound a string of small hits, including a version of Morris Albert's song Feelings,
Trying to forget
and the single It Doesn't Take Much.
When you're in love, it's the...
Now Jackson, his final recording sections took place in late 1982 at the Chicago Universal Studio. Davis would depart from Brunswick in 1975, but he would continue to work on Jackson's 6 albums. On June 20th, 1983, Walter Jackson, he would pass from a brain hemorrhage. Now, as of this recording, I discovered that Jackson has a lot of unreleased material that's stuck in the Brunswick vault.